Okay, I think we're ready to start. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Chloe. I'm part of the marketing team here at Blacknight. So I'm not sure who was here last week, but we had a live demonstration last week as well. So this is the second in our series of webinars that we're running over the next couple of weeks, really just to help businesses in a post-COVID world and how they can use online tools to support their business. So each webinar is roughly 45 minutes long. Typically, we're going to have a 25-minute presentation. Today, that will be a live demo on how to use our shopBuilder tool. So if anybody has any questions, just pop it into the Q&A section there at the bottom of your screen. And with that, I'll hand you over to my colleague who is our presenter today, Con.
Thanks, Chloe, and hi everybody. My name is Conor Winnichan and I work for Blacknight. And thank you for joining us for the second in our series of webinars. You should be seeing our main slide there at the moment, which is demonstrating what we're going to talk about today. Click and collect is a generic term. It's just one of the things we're going to cover today, but for many bricks and mortar businesses getting started with online media, click and collect is a very good way to actually get started with e-commerce. But we're also going to cover today actual e-commerce and actual, if you like, getting shipping and payments online organized as well. Let's get straight into it. We work for Blacknight. We're Ireland's largest provider of domain names and web hosting. We have data centers in Carlow and Dublin, and the company is 100% Irish owned and managed. My name is Conor Winnichan, and you can find me on Twitter at Con, C-O-N, and lots of other places as well. I work in communications and marketing here at Blacknight. Since COVID-19 began, we have been operating in difficult conditions and in special conditions like lots of other companies. All Blacknight staff have been working from home since the 13th of March. And we've seen an increase in traffic on our network, 25% in general, as have a lot of other ISPs. But we're continuing to operate as normal, seeing an increased demand for our existing services. And we also introduced new kinds of services as well for new kinds of customers. A lot of people who are going online for the first time to try and take that pressure off and continue to do business with social distancing and other similar measures like that in place as well. One of those products is one we had already, and it's what we covered last week. It's our DIY site builder product. You can go back, if you go to bk.ie/webinar, you can find out more about that. And in fact, if you're subscribed to this webinar series, you'll have already got the recording of that. Today, we're going to focus on shopBuilder, which allows you to add an online store to any existing website, or even to, for example, a Facebook page or an Instagram page as well. We'll be covering that in today's webinar. And it's all about our approach to blended business, trying to make sure that businesses can communicate that they are open for business, that we can support public health measures, and at the same time continue to trade as closely to normal as possible. Just to remind you of the full series, last week we did how to build a website in 20 minutes with DIY Site Builder. Today we're focusing on Blacknight Shop Builder, and there are 3 others in the series as well, which we'll talk about before the end of the webinar. But we're going to start straight away then in that case and actually get right to work on giving you an example of these tools at work. So we're going to show you how to use Blacknight Site Builder, where you can find it in our website, how you can buy it, and how you can actually put it to work. Again, in a matter of about 20 minutes or so, it really is pretty straightforward to actually do that. So we'll start off, as we like to do, on the Blacknight website, which I think is probably the best place for us to start under the circumstances. So I'm going to share with you my main browser screen now at the moment, which should be to the main Blacknight website. So you can see here that we have on the main website our top menu, domains, hosting, email, and websites. Let's go into websites. There's Site Builder, which we covered last week, and now we're going to focus on Shop Builder. So I'm just going to give you a quick eyeful of how you can actually get to purchase ShopBuilder. 3 simple ways to quickly sell online, and we have 3 plans on offer. The starter plan is really very good for anyone to get started with, and we do recommend it. The plan I'm going to be using today is our professional plan, which allows you to sell up to 2,500 products in your online store, and comes with the integrations there with Facebook and Instagram, mobile point of sale, sell on Etsy, sell on Amazon, sell on eBay. And another feature that this includes as well is the ability to pick a time and date if you want people to click and collect. We'll be covering that. If you go through, click on this, and you can sign up for a year or indeed for a month as well. Add it to your cart and continue, and you continue then to actually go ahead and purchase that. So we're not going to go through with the purchase in this case, because we're simply doing a demonstration here today. We've already purchased and set up the software for that purpose. Once you complete the purchase, you will get an email which will give you the details of where you can go and log in and get your ShopBuilder set up, and it'll be to a link you'll get in the email to a website called myshopsettings.com. So in fact, let's go and show you that website, because this is where you'll actually end up going, and this will be your first introduction to that. You'll be asked to log in with an email and a password that's been supplied to you when you signed up for this. So we're going to say keep me signed in for this, and we're going to sign in. Now, this myshopsettings.com is basically your homepage for your online store. It's the back end, if you like, of your online store. And if you already have a website and you're familiar with content management systems, you'll be familiar with a back end dashboard style thing, as well as the front end, which is what your customers actually see. This is where we can control everything. This is where we can install everything. We create products and set up our shipping and other options as well. When you log in for the very first time, what you'll actually see is these 6 panels here, and this one will be filled in already. It'll say create account. That's done. I've completed all 6 steps in the initial onboarding setup, but I'm going to go through them again for the purposes of helping you to actually get set up and show you how this actually works. The second option there is create your online store, and if we click on that, it'll ask you, do you have a website or a Facebook page? So let's say yes, I have a website. And you'll see straight away it's picked 2 of the most popular content management systems and said, yes, we've got a plugin available to use that. And click, for example, for WordPress, it gives you the instructions on how to actually do that. We're going to walk you through those instructions and actually show you what to do. Basically, what we've done is we've created a basic WordPress site, as basic as you can imagine, for demonstration purposes. And we're going to show you how to install the WordPress plugin on that website, and then you can take it and get it up and running as well, connected with your online store. So the website here that we're using for this is called myshopsettings.com. But what I want to tell you, and what the communications you're doing as well will tell you, that this Blacknight ShopBuilder is powered by software called Equid, and Equid is the platform that we're actually using to deliver this product to you. So when we go to install our plugin on the WordPress website, we'll be using the Equid plugin to actually get it to work. So let's look at the website. This is a baby website, brand new, just built, just created, with no functionality whatsoever. If you look at this, you can see there's only 1 page in it. And I encourage you to load this up on your own browser as well. If you're following this webinar live, you can see how we actually work, because we're working on the back end of this website, installing the store on it, and you can see the developments yourself on the front end as we do that. So the cheeky domain name we've chosen for this website is blacknight.rocks. We registered this online at blacknight.com, and then we just simply added our shared web hosting to that and installed WordPress. The whole thing took less than 10-15 minutes to get it all set up. Basically, this is what you have, a very, very basic website. And if you're familiar with WordPress, you'll be familiar with the Wordpress Dashboard, which you can access, and with this menu at the top here, which is visible only to you when you're logged into a WordPress site that you own and manage. So I've clicked on the dashboard, and this is the back end of our WordPress site. Again, don't worry if you're not familiar with this. This is basically we're doing this because WordPress powers about 30% of all websites. And in addition to that, WordPress is also very, very useful in order to actually demonstrate how you can get this to work. It's about the most popular content management system that there is. So the first thing we need to do is install a plugin for our Equid Blacknight shop builder system. So you can see we've just got the default plugins here, and another plugin that we have to make sure that we are properly supporting SSL, Secure Sockets Layer, digital security certificates. That's why we've got this padlock visible up here, and it's essential for any website now, not just websites that are doing e-commerce. So we, as I said, just set this up. Let's go and look for the plugin that we want. And the plugin that we want is called Equid. It's not currently installed. What we need to actually do is search the WordPress plugin directory for that. And it comes up here. Equid e-commerce shopping cart is what we want to install. So we'll install that. Again, if you're familiar with installing plugins on WordPress, this is very, very straightforward indeed. That's now installed. It gives us the option to activate it. So we'll click on activate and wait for the page to load. And it is now inviting us to add an online store to our website. Remember, the website doesn't have a store yet. We're about to add one. We can create a new store, but we're not doing that because remember, we've set up our Equid Blacknight shop builder account already. So instead we choose connect to your store. By default, it'll actually try and connect with the same login that you've used to set up the that you're logged into your WordPress backend with. But in this case, and in this case, we're using this Blacknight marketing email address for this purposes. So we click on accept the permissions here. And what we've now done is we have connected our WordPress dashboard to our Equid Blacknight shop builder dashboard. And I just want to show you very, very briefly indeed. What we're seeing here, we're actually inside in WordPress right now. And you can see it's just one item on the whole dashboard that's available here inside. We now have an Equid menu item because we've installed the plugin for that. And when you click on that, it loads up this Equid dashboard here, which when you see it is exactly the same as you see if you're logged directly into the My Shop settings system here. Okay, now I want to point out as well where it says myshopsettings.com, that's what you're logging into. You can also log into my.equid.com, and on some occasions you may find that the WordPress plugin actually directs you to that site. They're exactly the same, and if you're logged into one, you're logged in to the other. So we can actually administer this from inside the WordPress dashboard, or we can go and administer it from inside the Equid installation. Let's actually go back to that, to myshopsettings.com. So as I said, when you get set up here, you initially have this menu of 6 items. So we have created our online store. It says, do you have a website? Yes, we have WordPress. It says, first go to WordPress and install the plugin. We've completed that. Now let's proceed to the next step. So it says, just tell us what is the email address of your new store, and we're telling it, or what is the address, the online address, I should say, the URL of your new store. And our new store is at blacknight.rocks. So now we could proceed to the next step, which is to add products. And it gives you the option to do that. Let's add a product right now. So we're going to add a t-shirt. In this case, so I'm uploading an image in there. We're calling the product name men's t-shirt, and we're going to sell this for 20 euros. Okay, and then you have the option to add in more details, and we'll show you that very shortly as well when we add another product to the website. But again, I just want to show you how this all fits in as part of the initial onboarding setup. The next step is verify your geographic settings. I have these set up already, but it'll probably pull them in automatically. we can go to regional settings and change these. But let's say for the purposes of demonstration, we're going to set up a store that's going to focus on Ireland. That's where we are. We're going to display prices in euros and weights in kilograms. Proceed then to the next step, and it allows you to put in some more details about your company and shipping address and click and collect address and things like that as well, which are going to be very useful. So we've set that up there. Step 5, set up shipping or pickup. So do you need to ship your products? Well, some people have digital goods and services and don't need to set it up. But in many cases, people are selling physical goods that need to be shipped or collected. So we can go in here and set up shipping. Now, it allows you to go into this menu here for Equid, and the Equid control panel is really, really very powerful indeed. And we'll go through it in a little bit of the detail that's required. But it actually allows you to sketch things out in a very broad way initially. For example, we could set a flat rate for shipping. We can make it more complicated later on, and you can create different zones for shipping as well. So let's say initially we want to ship for Ireland, and we say we'll ship anywhere in Ireland for €5, and you can add that in there for that, and that's one of the options. We can ship the rest of Europe maybe for €6, and again, these are just some of the options that you can actually do. We'll go into shipping in detail, and you'll see those flat rate options are in there, and also some other more detailed, more granular options we can set up as well. Step 6 is the most important. How to get paid for your work, how to get paid for your product. And you go into this and you can see that you have various options to set things up. We've already added a PayPal account in this. No, that's not a real PayPal account, it's just a demo PayPal account. But if you've used PayPal to buy things, you can also use PayPal to sell things. And it's a very good way to get started on this. You can add other payment options as well. And you can see that it has actually brought us to the payment section where you can see all of these as well. You can see that Stripe is an option. You can get a Stripe account set up. You can get Sage set up. Get these other methods as well. More advanced methods here, for example, you can see there's the full list of them there. To checkout, AuthPay payment gateway, Authorize Net, Accept Hosted, and Crypto.com, various other options as well. I'm going to add an option for manual payment, for cash on delivery. So let's do that here, and we'll just see enter the name under which customers will see this payment method at checkout. We'll pay in cash on delivery. On collection, actually, let's say. So let's say people have the option to pay you when they actually come in to your store to buy whatever it is. And you can put in more details there about what to do. And you could say, for example, pay in cash, pay with cash or card on collection. And that has added another payment method that a customer will see when they actually go through the options of purchasing on your site. And you can see here, we've set up PayPal and we've set up pay in cash. And these other options are still available here as well. Let's look at the options for shipping. Remember, we've gone through the full dashboard. We've gone through all of the initial onboarding and set up the basic options. But let's look and be a little bit more granular about setting up our shipping options. And you can see those are the two flat rate options we provided here. But you can go into more detail about that as well. You can click here to add shipping. Using various different couriers and shipping providers, and you can set up click and collect and that as well. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm going to add on-post shipping here. And on-post essentially is a shipping method we can define for the purposes of this. But you can go to on-post website and check out the postage rates for different kinds of packaging and make sure that you set up your postage and your shipping rates accordingly. Now, again, it depends on what you're selling. If you're selling one thing that is a particular weight, then it's very easy to do that. If your packages are a little bit more elaborate, then you may have some challenges there in relation to that. You may decide to set up free shipping for orders up to a certain point, or conditional free shipping is what you could have, for example, in relation to that. We could click into that, for example, and we could describe something called standard shipping. And we can say that up until €30, our shipping price is going to be €3, let's say, for shipping an order under €30, and for €30 and up, then shipping is going to be free for that. So these are options that you could actually choose to actually configure for people. You could create that. You can add a description explaining what that's about. So that might mean something like free shipping orders to €30, and this gets displayed. You want to put in maybe your lead times and that as well, business days. This gets displayed to the customer as an explanation of what this category that we're calling standard shipping actually is. Save and finish that. Again, you see, these are just options. You can create as many shipping options. And if you're familiar yourself, if you go to a website, there are different options presented to you, depending on, you can choose whether you want standard or express or different kinds of shipping. Those are all options. The other option we're going to add is pickup. And this is called self-pickup. Again, we can customize the description here and put in information. You can see it's pulled out our actual address, which isn't the correct address, by the way, but it's pulled our address out and displayed it there, and our business hours. But one of the things we can do is say, okay, pickup is free. Ask for pickup date and time and checkout. Now, this is only available on our professional option, but it is, I think, very, very worthwhile option to actually have. If you enable that, then it allows you to say, okay, maybe we're closed for a half day on Wednesday, so you might want to clarify that there. But then otherwise, it allows them to pick a time for that. And let's say that you need a minimum of 2 hours to get their order, to fulfill their order. So let's put that in there as well. And that's basically it. And you can add more details, for example, and explain to people, well, is it curbside or drive-through pickup, or can you come into the store? You can put in all that information as well. So we've added, we now have a pickup option, and the customer can specify their preferred time in order to do the pickup. And in addition to that, we have 3 different shipping options as well available to people here to actually choose from, depending on what it is that they're actually buying. So we set up our online store. Let's go back up to our dashboard, and you can see that we've no orders received actually yet, but we're going to get to work on seeing those. So if we go into catalog and products, you'll see here's the one product we've created, which is a €20 men's t-shirt. Let's add a second one. Women's t-shirt. You can see this offers a little bit more detail than the original ad product that we did. We'll give it a SKU number. Let's say this is 2, and let's say it's 1 kilogram in weight or something like that. We can put in a description about it as well, say whatever it is we like, and save. And now you'll see that we have 2 products listed in our store. But again, this isn't the front of our shop window. This isn't the front of our store. This is just the back end. So how do we actually get this to appear in our store? Well, guess right there, because we've added the products in here. And if you recall, we've already put the plugin into our back end of our WordPress website at blacknight.rocks. So if you look at the menu on the WordPress dashboard on blacknight.rocks, you can see already that, guess what? Those 2 products are visible here on the back end. And if we go to the front end and look at our website, we can see that our website has changed. We just had a 1-page website initially with a home menu, or with a home page. That was the only page that existed. But now we have a store, and you can see in the store these are our 2 items as well. I'm going to go back to the home menu very briefly. This button here doesn't link to anything yet, but I'm going to link to it now. So we'll copy this link address back in here, and we'll change that visit the store button on our front page to actually link to visiting the store. So we'll customize our theme. I installed a very basic theme here. We're just waiting for that to load. And we're just going to change that button as it appears on the front page so that it actually links to our store. We're going to be about another 5 or 6 minutes just completing this. And then if you have any questions, please type them into the Q&A section on the page. And we can, in fact, use that to we'll take your answers, or we'll take your questions and answer those questions as soon as we can as well. So we have content here. So we have a button, item 1, visit the store, and we're going to get that to link to our page, which is blacknight.rocks/store, and we're going to publish that change as well. So again, go to the front end of our website. You'll see already that I'll come out of this again, and we'll go to the front page at blacknight.rocks. And essentially, you can see we now have up and running an active store. So we can go through that store. This button now links as well to the store/store, and those are our 2 items in the store. Let's buy a t-shirt. So the woman's t-shirt, we won't buy that because it's free, but we'll buy the men's one, and I'll go back and I'll fix that price. So we'll add that into the bag as well. We didn't give the option to choose sizes, but you can do that as well very, very easily. But again, let's just assume it's a one size fits all situation. We'll go to the checkout, and you see it gives us the option to actually put in our email address here. So let's say con@blacknight.com, and we can sign up to keep me up to date on news and exclusive offers. And we can check out with PayPal, or we can choose to avoid PayPal on this occasion and see what other options are available. We can choose to ship it to my address and put in our details here, or we can choose to pick it up myself. Why are we getting these options? Because we configured them when we set up our store at my.shopsettings.com or my.equid.com. Either of those will work for you. Put in your phone number and other details as well. Click continue. And the option we've chosen is self-pickup. So it says, well, when do you want to pick it up? Okay, so how about tomorrow sometime? And let's say we want to pick it up at 3:30 in the afternoon. So that's our pickup details. We'll go to Blacknight offices in Carlow to do that. And we're going to choose to pay in cash on collection. And again, the instructions you're being given here are the same instructions that we customized that payment option with when we set it all up. And you can see the whole journey of the customer is being managed all the way through there. It also asks you to put in some details there as well, and you can place your orders as well. So we can add in some other details as well. And the state, I think it's going to ask you what county you're in, so we'll put in that. Place our order. And thank you for your order. Order confirmation and updates will be sent to con@blacknight.com. And in actual fact, we will soon get an email. I will get an email, con@blacknight.com, telling me that my order has been accepted. And the store will get an email as well at marketing@blacknight.com to tell us that we've got an order from Con. And that is basically that. You can go and continue shopping and work away like that as well. What does it look like then? Now in our shop settings or our equid.com store, if you go in here, you'll see we now have an order. And we can open this to process that order. Now, if we'd set up PayPal or something like that, this would be in a different status. But you can see in this situation, this order is in the status awaiting payment. That's fine, because we said we'd pay in cash. And we can change that to processing, let's say while we're working on it, or let's say we've got the t-shirt ready to be collected. Let's change that now to ready for pickup, and we can update the order status there as well. So that order is now awaiting payment, cash on delivery or cash on collection, and it's now ready for pickup. So we've done pretty well from that point of view. As you could say, we're actually, you could say we're in business. So that is our website as it appears on our blacknight.rocks website, a very basic WordPress site, which we've turned into an online store with just a few clicks and very, very little effort indeed so far. As you can see, this is quite granular, and there's an awful lot of other things that you can add to this as well. Let's come back to our options here for our sales channels. This menu is very interesting as well. You can see that there's the options to set up a mobile app. You can install a mobile app for iOS or for Android, which allows you to actually manage your store with on the go or on mobile, as it were. You can also sell offline with point of sale systems, process orders offline with the POS system, and automatically sync inventory between your online and offline stores. You can sell on Facebook. Now, I'm not going to go into details on this, but you can connect your Facebook page to a, you can connect your Equid Blacknight Shop Builder to a Facebook page, and it'll ask you to connect up with the Facebook Business Manager to do that. But if we click through here and go to, this is a page we use for demonstration purposes, you can see that, no, it's not actually showing up there just yet. But I think I have to complete some other work there on Facebook to actually get that to work, but that's okay. And if you're set up on Facebook, you can also add Instagram as well, but you have to connect the Facebook post first in relation to that. I want to come back here to the website option, and I want to show you something very interesting, which is that you can connect your store to multiple websites. So the website has one, your online store is at my.shopsettings.com or my.equid.com, and it has a front end here, as you can see, at blacknight.rocks. But you can also get that to connect to a different website. And one of the things I'm going to do now actually is show you how to get your website working, or how to get your store working in a different kind of website. So I'm going to go to the website we created last week, which was the website we created for using the Blacknight site builder. This was the website we built in 20 minutes. And you can see the recording of this if you missed it. Just if you've seen it already, you'll recognize it indeed when you see it. This is the editor view of our bricks and clicks demo website. And if you go to the preview view of that, this website lives, by the way, at yourcompanyname.ie, and you can view that for yourself as well. You can see that it has 3 pages: a home page, a what's new page, and a contact us page. It doesn't have a store, but we're just about to add one. So let's go back here to our Equid dashboard here, and we're going to say create your online store. Let's go into this. Yes, I have a website, but instead of selecting the WordPress option there, we're going to choose other platform. And in this case, we're simply going to copy this HTML embed text out of here, and we're going to paste that into our DIY Blacknight site builder store. So we'll go into this and we'll say, let's add a new page. So the new page we're going to call is going to be called shop, and we're going to create that page. And now we're editing the shop page. And if you remember this from last week, it's very, very straightforward to actually add the new content into a new page on Site Builder. So you click on the plus button and it invites you to add the content here. And the type of content we're going to add is called embedded content. So we click on that and it says you can paste in HTML text here. We've already copied that HTML text from our Equid shop builder site. So I'm just going to paste it in there and click tick. And you can see that it is embedding our online store right into our DIY easily built website. And there's our link to shop there as well. So this is only visible in the edit mode at the moment, but we're going to click on upload. And now you can see that our online store now is available online in 2 different websites, strictly for demonstration purposes, but you can actually do this yourself if you wish. It's available in one place, which is at yourcompanyname.ie and also at blacknight.rocks. And just to actually show you how this would actually appear in practice, well, we can run through it. I think we don't have time to go any further on that. What I am going to do is come back in here and correct my pricing because as you can see, we've got a product listed there for €0, which is really not the aim of the game here if you want to be in business. So we're changing that to €20, update that. Again, we're in myshopsettings.com or my.equid.com. But again, if you come back out here and go to the website and refresh this page here, you'll see that it now pulls the updated details. If we click on shop here, and you'll see that the t-shirt is now listed with the correct price.